right, we're with another episode of The Word Around Town. Who has the pleasure with being with today?
Hi, my name is Jade Aviste, and I am the owner of the Renaissance Group, LLC. I am a new person around town. I just moved in 2022, and yeah, I'm
Okay, okay.
starting something new.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Savannah Renaissance and what's it entail?
Yeah, so it's an entertainment production company, and my main goal is actually to profit or profit to work with nonprofits and artists of all different disciplinary areas of the arts,
Hmm.
and to try to actually work together to make a change. So my new thing I'm going to create is going to be called Art for a Change.
Hmm.
We started with Battle of the Bands, and
Okay.
then I realized that there was so much need for people to actually collaborate versus
Hmm.
compete. And so the drop of the hat, I said, you know what? I know we opened up the submission portal and I know that there was some bands who already auditioned and I
Uh-huh.
would love them to be a part of it,
Right,
but I think we need to collaborate and not compete. It's
right,
it's the nature of the arts anyways, right?
right.
So I think that is the best way to go about it.
Okay. So what made you like come up with something like this?
So I am actually a professional singer myself. I went
Okay.
to school for vocal jazz and for classical music,
Uh-huh.
both in high school and in college in Ontario, Canada.
Okay, nice.
And I'm primarily a jazz musician, but I love all genres and I love all the arts. I do poetry, I do visual arts, I do dance, theater, anything you put on, like anything
Hmm.
I can do to create with these hands and this body, I will do.
Hmm.
And so that has been my main driving force, especially with we see the Epstein files and all these different things of the music industry and just the music or the industry, the big industries in general, taking advantage of our artists and taking advantage of our youth specifically.
Right.
And so for me, as someone who started doing music at such a young age and
Hmm.
wanting to be one of those child stars,
Right.
um, I saw the need for a safe space to foundationally support our musicians rather than create this space of desperation and
Okay.
um, creating this space of desperation. And then through that, we can take advantage of them because they're desperate for the big break that never really comes most of the time.
Right.
And even if it does come, they're not actually getting a break. They're getting an advance that they owe, and they're not getting the royalties. They're not getting any of these things that
Uh-huh.
they create the things that make the money for the third parties, like the record labels, like
Oh
the
yeah.
management, and all these different things. So.
Okay. Now, for this, what opportunities does this create for like local musicians?
Sure. So for me, one of the biggest things that I want to do is bring in a space of not only the high prestige music
Uh-huh.
when it comes to orchestras and paid musicians who are already gigging, but I want to combine that also with, let's say, high school musicians
Okay.
or arts in general. And there's actually a great program that I would love to collaborate with, and I think it's called the Deep. I gotta find that out, and maybe I
Okay.
can send it to you so you can drop it in
Oh
there.
yeah, I'll put it right there.
Yeah. And so basically, what they do is they bring in artists throughout the year, and they go to underprivileged school districts
Uh-huh.
and these areas of kids that usually can't afford to get um,
Like the
art lessons and
yeah,
classes and different things like that. And that's what they do as an after school program. And I said, that is amazing. And I think that we should have more of these different programs. I
definitely.
I lived in the shelter as a child, and I've been homeless before, and I've been in the underprivileged areas and the low income households. So
Mhm.
I know what it's like to have that lack of funding for the arts or funding for these different after school programs that can
Right,
change kids' lives.
right, right.
Absolutely. And so there's so many opportunities for artists to
Hmm.
now build on their craft, not only by getting practice by teaching and mentoring, but also by getting this opportunity to be a part of their community and actually
Hmm.
make a social impact.
Uh-huh.
And so their artistry is now making a change. That's why I said art for a change, because no longer are we waiting for these bigger conglomerates to make a change, but you can use your art and your artistry to make a change in your community, and then the community will rally around you. Why? Because
Gotcha.
you're not just some
Big
standalone
Lord, yeah.
force trying to do music. You are showing that my music has a purpose and it has intention behind it,
Right,
right? So
right. So with
yeah.
Savannah Renaissance, do y'all looking to do like scholarships too for the kids in the
That would
area?
be amazing. I mean, ideally, fingers crossed,
Right.
all things going well. I truly believe in, again, like even if it's not necessarily something where we are funding it,
Right.
I would love to partner with businesses where I say, hey, like you see what we're doing here, and I
Mhm.
would like for you to donate to this. We can start, let's say, like a fund, and then we have these other corporations that have the capital
Right.
to
Right.
fund these programs that I'm already partnering with, or these nonprofits that are dealing with low income households or
Mhm.
students in general that could use that fund. So absolutely.
Okay. Nice. So, with Savannah Renaissance, right? Do you plan to still do the Battle of the Bands, or is that
So
something?
yes and no. I think the best way to put it is the framework of the grand finale of having this showcase.
Uh huh.
It doesn't need to be dog eat dog
Right.
for the championship, right? And I
Mhm.
think even myself going into it, I was like, well, I love doing the Battle of the Bands. But for me,
Right.
when my high school did it, so I went to a school for the arts, and when we
Uh
did
huh.
it, nobody won.
Right.
Everybody had this congratulatory, celebratory moment together where we
Mhm.
shared this moment where we came together and showed our craft.
Right.
And so I think it could actually be better where every single artist that made it to that stage because they made an impact in their community. And
Mhm.
this is now the time for the community to rally around each other and
True.
support every single musician that came to that stage. It's not just for the one musician to get one
Mhm.
big thing. It's everybody now is going to get help with their merch. Everybody
Mhm.
now is going to get help with vinyl records.
Oh
And
yeah.
I want it to be something where every single dollar that goes to, let's say, for the vinyl records, I want
Mhm.
that to go to each and every like band. Like I don't want to take money from it. I
Right.
don't need the money from it, right? Like this for me is not a venture capital so that I can make billions of dollars,
Mhm.
or this type of business where I'm coming in to take and dominate the Savannah scene. It's like I want grassroots people to actually uplift the community together,
Right.
right? And so I think for me, that was probably the best change, especially when going out and talking to all these nonprofits, going out and talking to
Mhm.
all these businesses who are trying to make a change, and who, like, a lot of it is just me making the space for those things to happen where people
Mhm.
want it to happen already.
Okay. 'Cause I know when you said Savannah, I mean Battle of the Bands, I was thinking like high school. Cause I'm not
Yeah.
know if you're familiar with like the big high school bands that
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
around here
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all the local ones.
Yeah.
They usually right behind you used to be at the Memorial Stadium and they all
Okay.
perform. Yeah, so
Oh.
that's what I was thinking of. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah, no. So I think for me, that's where I'm accustomed to, like high school bands coming together and doing that. And
Uh
so I think there can definitely still be room for high school bands because I do believe having youth a part of it as well
oh
is a
yeah.
very big thing. And so for me, it's like even if it's something as simple as a mentorship program or doing anything of that sort where we have something incorporating both the old and the young, and
Mhm.
like all these different groups that typically, I think in today's age it can be easy to separate ourselves and be tribalistic.
Mhm.
Having it to come together where we are actually a community of diversity and we can show that we have strength together,
Right.
right? Like we need that, especially now in 2026,
Oh
we
yeah,
need that more
definitely.
than ever.
Definitely.
So
So with this, I know this is like a big task. Like
mhm.
has it been real hard trying to bring this all together?
I would say yes and no. So I think the biggest thing for me has been trying to think smarter, not harder,
Right.
and trying to create and be creative in the business aspect now, which has been super fun,
Mhm.
of like, how can I make this work? And my motto is to be blessed and be a blessing.
Right.
And so, how can everybody win from this? It can't just be Jade makes $1 billion. It
Mhm.
can't just be these musicians got famous. It can't just be whatever the case is, but everybody is actually being like everybody is being blessed by this and benefiting from this and also blessing somebody.
Mhm.
And so that is a model that once that civic loop is continuous and people actually see that this works, I want this to be a proven model and concept of you don't need to just make a quick buck,
Right.
right? Like
Right.
actually be a part of your community. And what does it mean to be a part of your community? What
Right.
does it mean to give? What does it mean to receive?
Mhm.
And so I think that there's so many opportunities now to do that. But in the sense of it being hard is there are a lot of moments where people think like, well, that hasn't been done before,
Mhm.
or why are you trying to do this? And this is not a super profitable business, and all these different types of things. And it's like, well, that's kind of the point. Like when trailblazers come through and pioneers come through and say, this is what I'm doing,
Mhm.
everybody looks at them and says,
Right.
that's not a smart idea. That's never been done before. You should scale down. You should do this and you should do that. And for me, my personality is like, you tell me to scale down, I am going to try to make it 10 times bigger. Like,
Right.
you
Right.
can't tell me to scale down. And so every time someone has told me, like, Jade, I love you and I think that you, I'm like, how can I make this bigger and better? Like,
Right.
and for me, being bigger and better is how many more people can I help?
Hmm.
Like, I don't want to make this a thing where year two, I want to scale the footprint by 10 different things and do all the extra fun little things. It's like, no, like how many more people
Right.
can I impact? How many more people can we help
Hmm.
and support together as a community? Another big thing that I found was for me, a lot of this isn't me asking a butcher to come sing or a lawyer to come dance. Like any person that I'm trying to incorporate with this or any business, it's like, come and do what you do best. And so there are a lot of moving parts, but as long as I know who to ask and when and why, I think that has eliminated a lot of friction that people are expecting there to
Hmm.
be. Like the expected friction can be leveled out a bit more when it's like, okay, vet the person and know who you're asking and why you're asking them and exactly what you're asking of them.
Hmm.
And so that directed approach has helped me drastically for a
Right.
lot of things. And a lot of it is to community,
Okay.
right? Like if I try to build this as Jade doing all this by herself, it's never going to work,
Right.
right? And so we have to come together in that sense because it's not just me trying to make a company
Hmm.
for me. It's me trying to do something for the community,
Right.
right? So the more we have the community and the communal aspect of it is the
Hmm.
stronger this is becoming and the
Okay.
stronger that it can become.
So who would you want to partner with in the Savannah area?
So the biggest thing, or the biggest groups that I want to partner with now are nonprofits. So
Hmm.
if you're a nonprofit that's looking to get funding or visibility or anything of that sort, I would definitely love to hear from you because I want it to be something where we have our connection and network of nonprofits and companies and organizations that are doing communal outreach and doing things for the community of Savannah
Hmm.
or the greater general public of, of Georgia in general.
Hmm.
And then the biggest next thing is the artist, right? So visual arts, dance, installation, like any sort of artistry. Because I'm expanding it more than just music, like I want it to be something where even if you're a solo artist,
Hmm.
even if you just really love to do visual arts, right? There's
Hmm.
always going to be a place because in the arts, we have to work with each other.
Oh yeah.
The nature of the arts is collaboration. And so there is so much work to be done in that aspect. So nonprofits and artists.
Okay. Okay. So are you going to be like doing like community service events as well to
Yeah.
get out there?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I have a few curated events that I'm going to be doing specifically,
Uh-huh.
but I want the model to be that in order to get to this grand finale,
Hmm.
you are going to be partnering with the network of nonprofits and these organizations that we partnered with, and
Hmm.
they already have their events, they already have their goals, and you now come in, and even if it's like you're just volunteering as an usher,
Hmm.
even if, and right, so like I want it to be this level of we can have a point system where you have different opportunities to help out your community and
Uh-huh.
each and every single one of those ways that you help out will be put towards being able to get onto that main stage.
Hmm.
Even if you have a specific cause that you are passionate about,
Hmm.
um, there's something where you can do a one page, let's say, one page application for this thing of saying like, hey, I really feel passionate about this and I really want to help this organization out. I know it's not a part of the network list, and we can go through that and see, okay, is this a good fit, is this not a good fit, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does the grand finale look like?
Oh man, now that's gonna be big. I want that to be the biggest bashment. I'm Jamaican, so big bashment as much as possible.
Uh-huh.
I want it to be in the Forsyth Park, and so we're working with our partners right now to get that. And so we want the big Forsyth Park. I want the band shell, but I also honestly want the entire strip. I mean, I want to get vendors. I want to get booths. I want to
Mm.
get a kid zone. I want to get like
Everything.
everything. I
Like
want
a
to get
big day event.
it's a bit, I want it to be so big where you feel like you got swallowed into this portal of community giving,
Uh-huh.
of love, of blessing, of, like genuinely like you get transformed or like,
It's a whole experience,
it's the
basically.
whole experience. It
Uh-huh.
can't just be come listen to music. It's come look at this art activation zone where
Mm.
this student from SCAD, let's say, came and put together this networking zone of just an aesthetically pleasing relaxation zone where people can come and connect and collaborate, and we can do interviews,
Mm-hmm.
and we have local micro businesses that usually can't afford to get onto these bigger stages or these bigger events
Right.
because it's $600, $6,000 in,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Like to get to these events, and we have your products. We have, let's say, four. I want to do four 4 products incorporated into the design of
Mm-hmm.
this networking zone, where you now have people in the community and they come and they buy and they collaborate and they talk and they really just have that human connection that we're all yearning for.
Yeah.
Like through AI and
Oh
through social
yeah.
media and through COVID especially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like not having these areas and zones of completely apolitical. I don't care who you love. I don't care what you do. I don't care. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to come and be a part of your community and learn the people in your community and actually have this human connection that we all need very much so.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
especially in a zone where it's again free of any sort of outside agenda. I mean, like I'm gonna be bold in who I am, and I want everybody to be bold in who they are as well, but in a respectful manner,
Right.
where we're not trying to bash each other over our heads or each other's heads of this is what I believe and you have to believe it too in order for us to be good.
Okay.
No, we don't have to do that. We can do it in a shared expense, an experience where I
Mm-hmm.
can be bold in my faith or being bold in my morals and beliefs, but I can love you as a human because that's what we need to do,
Right.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
so but yeah, so music, dance,
Mm-hmm.
parties, vibes. I mean, think of carnival and mass and all the type of things together
Mm-hmm.
in Forsyth Park with the music and everybody being blessed. And we got
And it's all free.
puzzles all free. We
Okay.
got raffles, free raffles. I want to do 13 major business giveaways where we have a sweepstakes and it's completely free as long as you sign up
Mm-hmm.
and you can, let's say, buy tickets for an extra entry to win. And these are good prizes too. I don't want no gift card prizes, right?
Right.
Like I want it to actually be a prize where people are like, oh man, I want that.
Okay.
You can do like, I want to do giveaways where it's like, okay, here's a prize, like this trunk of different things that we partnered with different vendors and different business merchants downtown and like
Mm-hmm.
different retail stores and all that good stuff, or vendors that we have that day,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, okay, like we get a product and have this trunk of goods and things that you typically are selling, but you know, you give me one of them and we have 27 of those trunks and maybe one of them is the best picture posted on
Mm-hmm.
the hashtag, right? Or the best dressed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I do want it to be a fun themed thing. So it's like
Oh
everybody
yeah.
comes in their diverse, it is Renaissance, right? So I love that the inst or what do I say? The imagery for the Renaissance for me is everybody comes from somewhere
Mm-hmm.
and everybody has this diverse tapestry of who they are, and all of that together makes us so beautiful. I'm from Canada, so I know what
Mm-hmm.
it's like to be in this hyper diverse culture and still see the beauty in everybody's own culture while
Right.
experiencing everybody's culture together because we are so founded in where we came from.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would love to see people coming in their traditional garments. I would love to
Mm-hmm.
see, even if you just want to come in a cosplay, absolutely. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, I want it to be something where everybody can come and express themselves in
Mm-hmm.
their artistic way and enjoy and really just have a good time, right? So
Okay.
that is my vision
Right.
for the big
Okay.
day.
Okay. Now, is there an age range like that somebody can submit to be part of it?
So as of right now, actually, with this whole new change of Art for a Change,
Mm-hmm.
I have expanded it so much that when it comes to, let's say, performing artists on the stage,
Mm-hmm.
there was a age limit of 18 plus,
Mm-hmm.
but now with this new model of you are a part of the organizations, like you are now becoming a part of the organizations that you helped,
Mm-hmm.
and so they are the ones, or that work that you did in the community is now making your entryway. So it's no longer this competition where you have to, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it opens it up more where I
Mm-hmm.
can incorporate more people. I even with the Battle of the Bands, I wanted it to be where we had local high school students battle off for a mini Battle of the Bands, and the
Mm-hmm.
winner for that gets a spot on the show, on the big stage, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I right now I can't give a direct yes or no. I'm leaning more towards no because I want everybody to be a part of it,
Right.
especially those in the
Mm-hmm.
high school age range,
Yeah.
where it's like I want them to see that their social impact. I want them to see that they're volunteering, their social impact,
Right.
their ability to volunteer is so important, and we need that more than ever now too. Like my mother, she passed away, but she taught me it's always better to give than it is to get. And
Mm-hmm.
she would bring me as a little child to all these different things for volunteering. Even if I couldn't volunteer, she would bring me to show me
Mm-hmm.
the value in volunteering and the value in giving of yourself and pouring into your community, and not expecting for this big flashy thing at the end, but realizing that that smile that you gave, and the food that you fed that homeless person, or all these different things that you did, can actually make an impact, right? And so especially when we're starving for meaning in this day and age, where kids are just like, well, what is the purpose of this? Like,
Right.
what are we doing here?
Right.
And so those little tiny moments can really ground us, in the sense of we can see that the small things that we do really do have an impact. And so I
Hmm.
definitely want that to be a part of it as well.
Okay.
This
Nice.
just comes down to logistics of everything.
Right. Right. Okay. Before we get out of here, can you tell me where people can submit their entries and where they can find you at on social media?
Yeah, so right now we are just revamping the social media. So the submission portal will be opened up as soon as possible. But for right now, I am on Savannah Battle of the Bands on Instagram,
Hmm.
and I believe on TikTok. Again, I will probably drop that in there
Hmm.
just so that you can get that. As of right now, though, there will be a different revamping of it, because, again, it's not going to be a Battle of the Bands in the same nature.
Hmm.
But there will be, again, this community sense of we're battling something, it's just not
Right.
each other.
Right.
Right?
Right.
The bands are battling the system, we're not battling each other. We're coming together to battle all the outside forces that consistently try to drain us.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay. And if you could leave us with a positive message on today, what would it
alrighty.
be?
A positive message.
Yeah.
I would say never take for granted the moments that you have each and every day.
Hmm.
A smile, a glance, a look, a compliment, anything. Moment to moment human interaction is so important. And that is the time to slow down. That is the time to realize that we are humans, that we can make a difference, that are the smallest things that we think and take for granted that are nothing can change somebody's life,
Right.
right? And for me, judgment-free giving is a big thing as well. So like I said, I've been homeless before. I've been in shelters, and I know what it is to see a homeless person. And this is one of my biggest missions, is to try to get a tiny village house, or working with people like Union Mission, or organizations like the Union Mission in Savannah, to really work on housing for the homeless, or the unhoused, because the least among us is the strongest,
Hmm.
right? And we have to see that they have humanity just as much as I do. So I love to do the little thought process, or the mind experiment of, you see a person on the street, and you're like, oh, that homeless person, he's probably just up on drugs, and he wanted to be there, and
Hmm.
whatever. And I want you to take them and think of them as a baby. Think of that person and imagine how they were loved and cared for as a child.
Hmm.
And then think through again exactly what you were perceiving before. Because again, a lot of us are one paycheck away, one medical emergency away, one accident away from being exactly where they are. And when we're in that position, we would want someone to give us that help without judgment. We would want someone to give us that love without judgment. So
Okay. I appreciate it.
thank you so much. I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
your
I'm
time.
honored.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.